Hi there DeeperNauts, and welcome to this unboxing video. It's finally upon us, the DeeperConnect Air. And I've got one. It was very kindly sent to me by Deeper. They haven't told me what to say or anything, so it's fine. So the dimensions, it's 132mm by 70mm wide by 14mm high. That's the box, and it only weighs a tiny 76 grams, which is nothing really. It's a very slim box. You've got this embossing on the side here, so DeeperConnect Air is embossed on the side, and then you've got the logo on the top, which is usually what happens with the minis. You get that silver thing on top. First thing I notice is it's really slim. I mean, the box is tiny. You could buy 20 of these and it would all arrive in just one slim box. So you've got the lid there. It's a bit of a pain to get off. There's no pull tab, but it's a lid. And you've got this business card thing. Now on that link, it takes you to a website where you can, and essentially it explains how to use wireless relay mode, how to use the USB charger plug, which didn't come with this one, but we were told it would come with one. I would imagine it's a manufacturing issue. They need to have them, and it's not ready yet. But there's the link if you want to have a quick look. So hello.deeper.network/air, and you can see the setup guide yourself. So only two things in the box other than that little card. And the first thing is a nice touch. We have a really hard to get out Type-C adapter. So if your laptop or tablet or whatever doesn't have a Type-C port, you can still use the Air with it. And it's got a little Deeper symbol on it, which is really nice. And the only other thing is now the Deeper Air. So there it is. Look how small it is. And there's nothing else in the box. It's a very minimal box. Okay, so the first thing that we notice with this, which is a really nice thing, is it's metal. The actual casing is completely metal. The arms are unfortunately plastic, but I'll go through that in a minute. And that little hole in the middle is the status light, so it'll flash blue if it's working and red if it's not. And that one on the end is your Wi-Fi light, so you can see the data transfer, so you know if the Wi-Fi is working, if it's flashing really fast. And then you've got the Type-C port, which obviously plugs into your iPad or laptop or phone or whatever. And then on the back you've got 3 screws and you've got some information. So it's the DeeperConnect Air, that's the IP address which you use to log into it, and that is the power, and it's from Deeper Networks Incorporated. Now onto the arms thing. So the arms are plastic. Now this is because, and I got confirmation from Deeper about this, if the Wi-Fi signal has to pass through metal, it will damage the strength, whereas if they're made of plastic, it's much better. So it makes sense. So that's it. That is the DeeperConnect Air. So we're going to do a size comparison. I've got a few little things here that we can kind of compare it to. So we'll just clear the space a bit and we'll move that so that it's across on the other side of the table. And I mean, look how small it is. It's really cute. I think it's really nice. And in the final thoughts, I'm going to go through some other stuff. So here's the bank card, where you can see that the DeeperConnect Air is pretty much the same width with the arms, and it's almost the same length. And then next you've got a USB stick. It is a little bit bigger than a USB stick, and for some reason I've got a $1 bill in the UK. I have no idea why. And then you have an iPhone 14, which is mine. So you can see there that the DeeperConnect Air is bigger than a USB stick. However, it's not quite as large as a bank card, and that's pretty small considering that the Pico is like, it's got wires. You need like a cable, you need a power cable, you need a Wi-Fi adapter. All of this is built in. You don't need any wires whatsoever. You can just plug it into a Type-C port and away you go. And it's really cool. The arms themselves, I mean, obviously it's all metal. However, the arms are plastic, but they're not flimsy. They're not going to like snap off, you know. As long as you fold them down, you don't put them in your pocket folded up. They're not going to snap. They're really solid. And they don't fold all the way around. They only fold like to a certain point, so 180 degrees. And I mean, that's just it. Obviously you've got the Type-C adapter as well, which you can put on the Air, and then you can use that in maybe a PC tower if you haven't got a Type-C port on the back, which many of them don't, or if you've got like an older laptop, or you just want to plug it into the wall and you don't want to plug it into an actual device. It'll still work. And we're going to go through that now. So how to power your new Air. It's really simple. all the Type-C port does is provide power. So you've just got to plug it into a USB port. As long as that USB port outputs 2 amps, then you are good to go and it'll work fine. The Type-C port doesn't transfer data, so it just needs power. So you can see here on the plug socket I've got USB ports built in, so that worked perfectly fine. Or you could use any USB type charging plug. As long as it outputs 2 amps, then you're fine. But this is the way that I think a lot of people are going to be using this, is that on your router, obviously it connects to your router and then provides internet. So why not just plug it into the USB port on the back of the router? That means they're both together, and then when you leave the house, obviously you can pull it out, put it in your pocket and go to a coffee shop or a hotel or whatever. But most routers these days have one USB port on the back where you can just plug it straight in and it works perfectly fine. Okay, so let's get on with the final thoughts. So imagine the DeeperConnect Air as an updated version of the Pico, except you've got more RAM, faster speeds, better CPU, and it can also take part in mining, which the Pico could do as well, but also next generation proof of work. And that is a big deal, because I know people are going to buy loads of these to set up NPOW farms. That's completely up to them, you know. But it can do it, and this thing is brilliant. So imagine the Pico. The Pico was good, but it had wires, you know, it was a bit of a pain. The USB dongle was a bit weird. They would get hot, you know, but it worked. But the Pico can't take part in the next generation proof of work. But this thing, I'm doing a separate review video, okay? So look in the channel, you'll see that, and you'll be able to, we'll go deep into it. However, with this DeeperConnect Air, you get all of the amazing features. You get the ad blocking for YouTube websites and other websites that you just browse on. The ads don't show up, you just get like a transparent box, which is really good. The app relocator is part of the whole DeeperConnect Air bag, and basically that will geo-unblock websites so you can access them, and you can also get really good deals on streaming stuff as well, and that's all built into this. You get enterprise grade security, you get IP multiplexing, which is really good, so it's really difficult to track who accessed what, and you get the smart DPN. And the big thing, what a lot of people underrate, is if you have kids, you've got the porn blocker and the social media blocker. That's all built in, so you can block everything. And if your kid wants to go on social media like Facebook or TikTok, you can say, right, okay, you can go into the settings and say unblock social media for 2 hours, and just give them 2 hours. You know, there's nothing wrong with limiting their time on it. I'm just really stoked. And I reckon that this DeeperConnect Air is going to fly off the shelves. I think it's going to be Deeper's biggest seller. And Indiegogo, I think it's going to be maxed. They're just going to go. So as soon as Indiegogo goes live, I'm going to buy 20 of them straight away. Because I don't think there's going to be that many pledges available. So if you're watching this video, that means it's already live. So in the link in the description below, click on that, go get them, because they're just gonna go. I'd just like to thank Stephen and Eric Ma from DeeperNetwork, who have sent me this DeeperConnect Air, which is really, really nice. And if you think this sounds like a commercial, I appreciate it kind of does, but I'm just really, really happy and I'm really stoked, and I think this is going to be huge. DeeperNetwork haven't told me to say anything about this thing. They've given me information about it, but that's it. They haven't told me what to put in my video. They haven't told me that I have to be positive. It's completely impartial. And the DeeperConnect Air really is that good. So get one, get your hands on it, and have a look for yourself, and you'll be impressed. Alright, so thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and let's move forward together with Deeper Networks. Bye guys, see you later.